Hey guys, it's Ben and Shane again. We haven't updated for quite a bit, well, a couple of weeks now, something like that. But there has been exciting things going on over the last couple of weeks to talk about. So, obviously the last one we spoke about was obviously surgery being cancelled, and when I'll find out my next appointment and all that rubbish. So I did get a phone call a couple of weeks ago saying they've been given a new date for me, which is the 17th of May. But then, obviously, it's pretty much my original date I got, because it was pretty much the 16th. And, yes, obviously that happened. And then they had to get MRSA swabs done, however you say it. And that I had to get from the GP, or had to go all the way to Brighton just to do that. So I went to the GP and was just like, this is what needs to be done. First I was like, they can't do it. And then obviously it all massive, like, hit in the air, what can I do? Do I have to go all the way to Brighton just to get 3 swabs done?
Yeah, it would have been a long way for not much.
Yeah, for like, if it was for like obviously blood tests and everything else, fair enough, but it was like 3 swabs that I could have got done. And then when I was in the GP getting my testosterone shot done actually, then the secretary rang and was like, we've been given a new date, and then also asking about them MRSA swabs. And I was like, okay, like what date is there? There's been a cancellation for the 8th of May, which is in like a week and a bit, just over. And I was just like, it's all good and well to get the 8th, but obviously if the MRA swabs aren't done, I can't take it. So I was just like, I'll let her know, obviously. Like, I've got an appointment, a phone call conversation on the 3rd to obviously talk about my 17th appointment. But if I get the results back, then...
Yeah, you've got 2 already, so you're just waiting on one.
Yeah, so I've got 2. I've got, like, the nose swab and the groin. And it's all come back all okay, so I just have to wait for the mouth swab to come back. So hopefully I get it tomorrow, I can ring them up, and then I can go for the 8th.
Week and a half.
Yeah. And then we're going to go on to, like, other stuff. We've got a list that I'm going to try and get through today. And then I go on to you.
Yeah, so obviously in the last video I spoke about my back and how I ended up in A&E and multiple trips to doctors and nothing was really being done. And they put me on like quite high and quite a lot of painkillers that made me very sleepy and a bit not with it. You had to put up with. And then obviously just travelling around and stuff on crutches was a bit of a nightmare. Kind of fingers crossed it is getting better and I'm now not using my crutches and having to take as many painkillers. We are going to try and like register obviously in London to the doctors to see if I can get it sorted. Because my doctor basically said I had to wait to be in pain for 6 weeks before they could do anything about it.
But they go on paracetamol and painkillers and pain relief.
That's not me going to be in pain, no.
Yeah.
And obviously it has been like a 2-year thing since my injury to my hip, so hopefully I can get it sorted. But yeah, at the moment it's manageable and okay.
Yeah. Which is good.
Yeah, you just have to put up with me a lot in pain and moaning and...
Yeah, well, you get to do that in a couple of weeks with me. So.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, moving really. And then, obviously, as you know, we're moving to London to move in together.
Yeah.
3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks now. So, we painted all the bedroom, cleaned everything because it was a bit of a mess. And... I got a bit bossy, didn't I?
Yeah.
Because I'm very OCD, so this one was not allowed to paint because he couldn't paint to my standards. And then we had quite a lot of problems with the door.
Oh, God.
So the door is like an old Victorian one, so it's like 2 or 3 inches smaller than a normal door, which means we couldn't get any door, we couldn't cut down the door that much. So now we're having to have a builder come over and like rise the door frame so we can get a normal door in. And then you want to talk about?
And then another one was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday actually. My old youth worker, now that I do youth work, who I do youth work with, was doing LGBT anti-bullying training with some students from a school, and asked me last Friday if I could do it. And I was just like, I need to see about times of going back to Canterbury, and if we can work around it. And then, because yesterday was pretty much a busy day as it was, we kind of had the time to actually go down and come back to get to Canterbury for like 9:30. But you know, I was asked to do a talk about like my negative stuff of coming out as trans, and that was pretty much when I went to my new workplace. Someone was talking about whether or not I was a guy or if I was a girl, and like it was our first day there. I didn't even stay there the first night, and it was going around, and I spoke to one of the seniors about it, and he was just like, "It's up to you if you want to come out. Like we're all okay with it and all this bullshit."
Yeah, and then they got funny with your surgery, which is why you had to leave.
Yeah, and they were the ones who was pretty much like getting like funny with it all. But yeah, don't care about them anymore. But yeah, no, so I spoke about that, and then I spoke about like how it felt for me to be misgendered. And believe it or not, I still get misgendered now. Like I'm fucking like 2 years, like nearly
All of this
2.5
facial hair, I'm
years.
not sure how.
Yeah, like nearly 2.5 years on T. Surgery in a couple of weeks, potentially, or 2. But yeah, God knows what you're meant to do to fucking pass, hey? But yeah, no, like obviously when I go back to London, I want to like go back into doing the school talks that I used to do. I was actually talking, like I've got one of my other youth workers that I was doing stuff with actually messaged me today and was just like, oh, these 2 dates are available if you want to come and help and stuff. So hopefully I'll be doing more, but like obviously September time, I want to like do like beginning of the year where obviously the new students come in and they can be like, okay, like it's okay kind of thing. So yeah, I'm going to ring up some schools tomorrow and see what I can do with that.
It was odd for me because I had to sit in as a young person, didn't I, for your talk, and because a lot you were doing it with didn't know much about like the LGBT community, so I was kind of sat there like wanting to talk, but I had to like pretend I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
Which was quite funny.
But that's the thing, that obviously once you obviously, depending on what happens when we go to London, depending on jobs and stuff, obviously if I do these dates, potentially you can come and you can actually hear like my full story. Like yeah, you've probably seen the YouTube one, but obviously it's a lot more like powerful and stuff, but it's in person. But yeah,
Obviously talking about jobs. So yesterday, our busy day consisted of me. I had 2 job interviews in London. The first one was at a visually impaired school. So I had an interview, and then I had to go and sit in the class. I'd never worked with students who were blind before, so it was quite a challenge for me. We were painting kind of bits of wood and bamboo for them to make like wind chimes, and I had to kind of like direct the student of where things were and what colour they wanted to use and stuff. But overall it went really well. And then I had a second one at another special needs school that obviously I found out through your aunt. And then straight away I went into the school. It was such a familiar like kind of setting, because I work within a special needs school here, and the students like were all talking to me, coming up like, oh, who's he, like asking about stuff, and then I had an interview with the deputy head and another teacher, and then I went and had to sit in a class there, which were students that had profound disabilities, were non-verbal, and we were doing like a sensory story and singing, and straight away like it's what I know to do, and the teacher apparently was really thrilled with me, and I joined in. I helped obviously like get the pupils back into like their wheelchairs and stuff afterwards, and help tidy up, and then when I come out of that interview, I had missed a call from the first school. Tried to get hold of them, but where it was like the end of the day, they rang me back this morning and offered me the job. So I took it, and then I went to work here in Canterbury, and I came out of work one from a lovely message from you. And then also had a voicemail from the second school also offering me the job. So now I have the decision to make of what one I want. So I'm going to give them a call tomorrow and things. But I'm pretty much decided on the second one, just because I felt so much more relaxed there and stuff. So yeah, so got a job. We're moving all in 3 weeks. So uni's nearly done.
Yeah, to top off the moving, as a graduation present to this one, we're getting a little kitten, aren't we?
Yep.
So, yeah, the other day we visited a lady who had two crazy black and white kittens, both girls. We both fell in love with the different ones. So you fell in love with the white one and I was in love with the black and white one. But obviously with kittens and it coming to the house and everything, you both got to be certain. So we had another viewing near Brixton area, and that family was nice. 12 kittens, 2 cats, had 6 each.
Yeah, they were ragdoll crosses as well, so they're really fluffy. So yeah, because we were kind of set on a boy as well. There was 3 of them. So we sat there holding 3 2-week-old kittens. They were like this big. You can get a picture. Yeah. So and both of us straight away like fell in love with one of them. It was very certain that both of us really liked him. Ben's gonna get a photo up, but he's like grey, kind of speckled.
So this is our little man. His name is called Hayes. Like, he is so adorable.
Yeah, the little marking on his nose.
Yeah, like he's 2 weeks at the moment, which means obviously you can't take kittens home to the 8 weeks. So it's like perfect time for when we move. Like we move in 3 weeks, which means we've got like 3 weeks to get everything sorted, get everything in.
Yeah, we've already got him a little collar and name tag.
Yeah, we've got a collar, name tag. It's all been done.
Sorted vets out.
Yeah, we've got vets done, so obviously we know where to take him. Either the first day we get him or the day after. We're going to get the food the time, but just before we obviously go get him. So that's all ready and set up when he comes to the house.
So yeah, we got life sorted really. Jobs, house, kitten.
So that is us for now. Like that is 6 points, maybe a little bit more.
When we get him, we'll definitely introduce you to
we'll
him.
introduce you. Obviously, I would have had surgery then as well. Hopefully, depending on what job you take, you could have either started
or on
way to getting everything sorted, DBS and everything. But over the next coming weeks, we will probably do like a moving video, and then a surgery video, which obviously will be over a period of time, which we'll be filming it in sections, won't we? But yeah, so for now, we will leave you to it.
Yep, catch you later.
And yeah, and obviously just keep you updated in the next couple of weeks.